This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Yeah. Well, Arn, the next day it's television, and the Horsemen were heavily featured on both World Championship Wrestling and NWA Worldwide. On World Championship Wrestling, you and Tully defeated Washington and El Negro, winning the match with the double gourd buster. So to your point, you're bringing in that double gourd buster, and after the match we were treated to, in the words of our favorite mortgage guy, what we all grew up on. And it's Tony Schiavone at the desk conducting an interview with Tully, JJ, and yourself. Here's the match, Arn, and then we're going to hear what the Horsemen had to say. Let's check it out.
Team champions, two of the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, with their manager, J.J. Dillon. And they already start.
Quick, devastating, and above all, these two men are very, very confident. And David, I think that's going to be a big part.
They're beating on P.T. Washington there.
They really are. It's going to be a big part of Starrcade. Who goes in with the confidence? Because regardless of who you are, you got to be a little nervous that night. It's a big night.
Little?
Well, you got to be.
Hey, you're going to be there. You're going to be nervous.
Oh, I'll be very nervous.
We're all going to be there. You are too. To watch that. I mean, tell us.
There's a face of confidence right there.
Breaks on the count. Oh, yes. He got it.
That's hilarious.
David, what?
El Negro, a big guy.
For those not watching, it was the reverse atomic drop that got David going ooh and ah.
Look at this teamwork.
Well, there is another double gourd buster.
There it is.
Telling the same story.
There's living proof right there.
That's a good-sized man right there, too.
El Negro way up over 300 pounds.
Tony's selling it about how big he is, over 300 pounds.
Helps the story, that's for sure.
The double gourd buster applied by the World Tag Team Champions.
All synced up nice and tight.
After Starrcade? We're just going to have to find out.
Two of the Four Horsemen, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, World Tag Team Champions. You mentioned you could gourd buster anybody, a big guy, and he did it just like that.
JJ, how much does Animal weigh? Animal weighs probably 280 pounds. How much does Hawk weigh? Hawk weighs about 272. Okay, neither one of them, this guy, you just saw the double gourd buster executed by Arn and Tully, the World Tag Team Champions, weighs 350 pounds. Now, if you people think we can't double gourd buster one of the Road Warriors, you're sadly mistaken. Because Chi-Town East is exactly what it is. The hometown of the Road Warriors, and we're coming with all the gold, the limousine, all the prestige, all the glory. And when we walk out, we're walking out the same way we walked in, because big boys, it ain't talk no more. You got to come prove that you two are the baddest apple in the bushel. On a night, Thanksgiving night, when the finest in our business sits down in that dressing room with their feet up and they're lacing those boots up, pulling up those knee pads, wondering, number one, are they good enough to be associated with Cracker Promotions? Why are they fortunate enough to be in Starrcade? Number three, as the butterflies make them nauseous, they go to the bathroom and puke a couple of times, maybe three, wondering what it's like to go out in front of 30 million homes. There's going to be careers lost. There's going to be bones broken. The Road Warriors have got every man that ever lifted a weight in their life sitting the edge of their seats saying, we want to shut up the Horsemen, and these two power lifters are the guys that can do it. You say you came from the streets, you came from the scum, everything you got, you work for it. Well, Mr. What Tully Blanchard and myself are students of our business. We learn from everybody. We learn from Rhodes, We learn from the Road Warriors. Wyndham, Garvin, rock and roll. We take a little bit of experience from each of you, and we learn from it. And gentlemen, I dare any man to come and take what the Horsemen got, because we worked for it, we earned it, and by God, after Starrcade, we'll still be champions.
James J. Dillon, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, more right after this.
Woo! Wow, that was some fire by you and Tully, my friend. You sold the event, you put over the Road Warriors and the rest of the baby faces, and then closed it in only the way you could, making sure everyone knew it was going to take a huge effort and a lot of man to take those titles off the Horsemen.
And I'm in it. And we felt it. And, man, things were building incredible.
I could feel it still today in 2022. That promo was strong ass fire, man. That was good stuff.
Man, it was just a time when everybody meant something on the crew. Everybody was so good. There were so many positive things you could point to. The wrestling industry alone was just on fire, and Jim Crockett Promotions was on fire. The Road Warriors were unbeatable at this point. You know, there was just, the Horsemen were starting to gain momentum, that group of horsemen. There was just, Midnight Express were red hot. It was just, everything was coming together. It really was. You could just feel it. You could sense it.
Oh, yeah. You could sense it, feel it, taste it, all of it. All the senses were going crazy. But up next on Worldwide, you, Tully, and Luger defeated 3 enhancement talents by submission when Luger used the torture rack. And after the match, David Crockett conducted a ringside interview with the Horsemen, led by the Nature Boy, who shared his thoughts on Starrcade, and we have a clip of that. Let's check it out. Here we go.
Four Horsemen rule wrestling. Chicago's Chi-Town Heat, Ric Flair.
Yeah, the way I see it, what just happened right there is going to happen to the Road Warriors. 1, 2, 3. Then the package. Show them what time pack. Show it to them, buddy. Step aside. Dusty Rhodes. That, my friend, is what you have to climb in a steel cage with. The legend on the line. The big reputation. The notoriety. When the package, one of the Four Horsemen, twists you around and puts you on the torture rack, Chi-Town Heat will be the end of your legend and the beginning of the total package. The Road Warriors, all done. Dusty Rhodes, all done. Who does that leave? Hands the stone. Ronnie Garvin. Well, Garvin, we know that you're the man now. You're the world champion. You and your cowboy boots and your jeans and your jean jacket, your pickup truck, your fat old lady, you're the man. But, pal, you got to walk the aisle. You got to walk the aisle and face me. Not only one of the Four Horsemen, but your champion, your man, Chi-Town Heat. Bright lights, long limousines, pretty ladies, 10 million people watching, and the whole world knowing that these 5 people make it all happen. We make it go. And Bobby, believe me, nobody in this whole wide universe is going to take anything from the 5 of us without paying the price. You'll be the Pied Piper.
We're gone.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm going to try to ask this in all seriousness. When Nate gets amped up like this, there's almost no one better, first of all. However, for you, you're standing in the back as part of this presentation. How difficult was it at times to not crack when he would go into these rants, fits, tantrums, or whatever else you want to call them?
Well, we would crack. Sometimes you just had to, and if you didn't, you're a stronger man than me. You know, that was not a conversation beforehand, who was going to talk and what order or any of that. We would just get out there and you would just kind of get a feel for it, and one guy would step up and get started, and if he was rolling, whether it was Tully or Rick or myself, we just let him roll. Or JJ for that matter. You know, Lex, we tried to keep short, sweet, get a good shot of the body, let him have a little something to say.
Do the little
but
flex,
Yeah, he was still learning it, you know. The fact is, nothing was more impactful than just looking at the guy, for God's sakes. You know, what a physique. So it was hard to keep from busting up, but, you know, sometimes if you didn't bust up, it didn't feel real. To answer your question, we bust out laughing a lot of times.
I tell you what, man, so entertaining. You're all together, which I thought is always was brought the impact when you're all standing together there, nice and tall and strong. JJ looking dapper, looks like he got the locks cut and trimmed down there, so he's all sharpened up, ready to go for Starrcade.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.